This video is going to be all about how you can get more of the right customers into your local business so that you can sell more of the products and services that you want, so that you can make more revenue, make more sales. Now, before I dive into this, it's important to know that most business owners are using social media the wrong way. In fact, they're using the internet to sell stuff the wrong way. They're stuck in this old, outdated world of maybe 40, 50 years ago, where the person who yelled out the loudest and said, "Buy my stuff," the loudest, would win. And unfortunately, that doesn't work in today's world anymore. It doesn't work on social media right now. There's a whole bunch of people fighting for attention, and you have to change as these platforms change and as techniques change. Now, this is basic stuff, but for some reason, business owners, especially on a local level, they seem to forget how this stuff all works. Now, imagine that you're selling MacBooks. Imagine that you're selling MacBooks and that you have a ton of these MacBooks. Your local business, you sell MacBooks, right? And you go to a parking lot, like a local department store parking lot, like Best Buy or something, and you bring out one of those white foldable portable tables, and you start to stack all your MacBooks and all your Mac stuff on top of that table. And as people are going into this parking lot, they're walking by your table, and you're out there yelling, "Hey, buy my stuff. Hey, look at me. Look at all this stuff I got for sale. Hey, buy my stuff. Hey, look at this MacBook over here. Buy my stuff. Buy my stuff. Oh, look how great this stuff is. If only, this stuff makes me feel so good. You feel good too if you just bought some of it. No, yeah, buy my stuff. It's legit, totally legit." There's a pretty good chance that you're not going to sell one thing. You're not going to sell one MacBook. Even if your business is totally legit. Even if you acquired those MacBooks legit through a manufacturer. Even if people stop by and asked you, "Well, how much are they?" And you said, "Oh, they're 50% off. They're half the price of what you're going to pay inside." And they come with a real certificate of authenticity. There's a good chance that you're not going to sell a single MacBook, right? Here's the reason why. It goes back to basic principles of just doing business and marketing, period, okay? People want to do business with those they like, they know, and they trust. Think of all the things that you buy, from a very small, piece of gum, or maybe not a piece of gum, but something, like $20 all the way through higher end. Now, the higher the product is, the more people have to like you and trust you and get to know you, right? You wouldn't trust a big purchase to somebody who you just met, and you would pull out your wallet and give somebody $3,000, right? There's a sales cycle that has to happen, and there's a process that has to happen. But most business owners right now are bypassing that completely, or trying to bypass that completely. And instead, they're using social media to scream from the top of their lungs, "Buy my stuff." It doesn't work anymore. It doesn't work. It used to work maybe 40, 50 years ago. Now, the good news is that it's never been easier to acquire that that trust, that factor, right? So let's go back and use the MacBook example. Now, let's say that you are a local business. You have MacBooks for sale, right? You acquire these MacBooks through, let's say, some sort of surplus program where you actually work with the Apple Store and major retailers to acquire these MacBooks at like a fraction of the cost because they can't move them. Right? So they sell you their surplus. And when you buy these MacBooks, they come with certificates of authenticity, they come with all the warranty and all that other stuff that comes along with it, right? Now, you're stocking yourself with inventory, and as a result, you can pass on the savings down to your customer, because you can sell them for 50% off, because maybe you get them for, even cheaper than that, right? Now, nobody's going to buy them from you if you do like what I just explained, the scenario that I just explained, where you just get in front of a parking lot and start screaming, "Buy my stuff." That's exactly what most local business owners do right now, and that's why they fail at it miserably, all right? That's why there's all these firms charging hundreds of thousands of dollars to market your stuff, right? So you have to get people to know, like, and trust you, and that starts on social media with video. Now, does video have to be fancy? No. Does video have to be super high quality, high production? No. Do you have to spend $100,000 on video crews and equipment and all that stuff? No. What you do have to do, though, is you have to get the right message in front of the right person at the right time, so that these local customers or these prospects can start to know, like, and trust you. So maybe you start off with making a video about how you acquire these MacBooks, right? Maybe you take your phone and you take a screenshot of yourself and you say, hey, today, we're going to Best Buy. My company purchases these MacBooks at a fraction of the cost, and then we then turn around and resell them. Like, here's how this works. Here's how we're able to get MacBooks at a much cheaper price than the average customer, because we buy in bulk. We do this, we do that, blah blah blah. Create a short video. You then fly that video. You pay Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. You pay these platforms their dues, right? And right now you can get people's attention, or you can get your message in front of people for like pennies on the dollar, right? And you pay to get this video in front of everyone within your geographical location. If you're a small business owner, if you're a local business owner, there's a pretty good chance that you're operating within a 10-mile radius, right? Unless you're selling something really unique, nobody's going to drive 50 miles down to come to your local shop or for your service, right? So you start to get this video in front of people. Now, the big social media platforms on the back end are tracking all this stuff. They're tracking who engages with it. They're tracking who sees the video, what percentage of people see the video, where they're located, what their habits are, that sort of stuff. And on the back end, they're giving you all this data on a silver platter. And they're saying, oh, you put this piece of content out, all these people consumed 100% of it or 50% of it or whatever, right? So now these people have, in a way, self-identified that they're somehow interested in the thing that you put out. But not only that, here's the most important piece that happened when they self-identified. They got to know you because they got to see you on video. They got to, if they stick around to your content, then there's a pretty good chance that they're somehow liking you at least a little bit. And then if they watch more than one piece of your content, there's a pretty good chance that they're starting to trust you in the process a little bit, right? So then you do this over again. You repeat it again with another piece of content, typically in the video format where you can use your phone. And this time you talk about, hey, if you own a MacBook, here's kind of like a tip and trick that you can do on it that most people aren't aware of. And the only way I know this is because I acquire a whole bunch of MacBooks at a fraction of the cost than everyone else. So I'm going to show you how to do this really cool thing, using this, right? And you fly that again to more people in your local area. Only this time, the people who saw your video number 1 are now consuming video number 2. So they're starting to build that bond, right? They're starting to build that like, know, and trust factor that didn't exist there before. Then you do it over again, and maybe you put out a third piece of content, a third short video, and you explain to them all about how your MacBooks that you purchase, you give a percentage to charity or whatever it is, right? Don't make it up, right? I'm not saying lie. I'm saying be honest, but talk about your process. People want to know how it is that you acquire these notebooks, what can you do for them, that sort of thing. So speak a little bit about the process, and then more people are going to watch it. More people in your local area. And by this time, you're building an audience. Now you have a whole bunch of people, possibly hundreds of thousands of people in your local area who now know of you. Okay, if they've consumed more than one piece of content, they now are starting to like you, and now they're starting to possibly even trust you. Now you can show your buy my stuff to those people in those buckets, right? Now you can create another video that says, hey, guess what, guys? Y'all been watching my videos on how I acquire MacBooks. I just happen to have like a stack of them right now, and I'm in a surplus. I'm going to be in the parking lot of Best Buy on Friday at 2 p.m. And I'm going to be selling these MacBooks that I acquired through my process. They're going to be certified. They're going to come with warranty. And they're going to be 50% off of what you typically would pay retail. Now, if you've been watching my stuff, come on by and pick you one up while supplies last, or, send me a text and we'll see if we can arrange one for you. But I'm going to be there, right? So what's going to happen is that now you're going to sell a whole lot of stuff. You'll probably sell out of these MacBooks before you even hit that parking lot, because people who now like you, who now trust you, who are interested in your product or your service, are consuming your content, and now they're ready to do business with you because you've built that bond throughout this period of time where now they see you as a credible source, not some scam artist on on the parking lot trying to sell MacBooks to people. There could be rocks inside of them, right? So this is how you use, as a small business owner, this is how you use social media, really the internet, period, right? But more importantly, social media, things like YouTube, things like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Snap, social media, to build like, know, and trust, and to get people from knowing of you and your product and your service and into a sales process, right? Into your sales mechanism where they're going to exchange money for your services, right? So if you have any questions at all, leave them in the comments of this video. And also, if this was really helpful, subscribe to this channel, because I'm going to be posting a lot more business tips and things that could help you grow your local business. I also have a masterclass that you can go watch on how this stuff works. I break down all the different steps in more detail. There is a link somewhere below this video. You can go ahead and check that out. It's a free on-demand class. You can watch it whenever you want. And hopefully this was very helpful to you. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video.